I want to start by letting every youth of Southern Cameroon to understand that your parents' enemies are not your enemies. I repeat, your parents' enemies are not your enemies. That is rule one. Now, a brief history about Southern Cameroon. We all know that Southern Cameroon was a territory under the League of Nations after the end of First World War. And then after that, the Second World War, and then the United Nations. Now, the former British Cameroon, as we know it, became a trustee territory under the United Nations. The trustee means they were preparing former African colonies or former African countries for independence. The preparation, that period of preparing us for independence was called the trusteeship era. The trusteeship era, that is preparing former African colonies for independence. Now, in 1961, we were given two options. And the first option was, do you choose to gain independence by joining the Federal Republic of Nigeria, or do you choose to gain independence by joining the French Cameroon? We chose independence to join the Federal Republic of Cameroon or to join the French Cameroon. We made that choice, and we did. So what we call the Fumban Constitutional Conference was a time where we made that decision. We looked at policies. Our leaders were there. Fonangwafo of Mancon was there. Foncha was there. All the leaders that we know accepted to gain independence by joining the Federal Republic of Cameroon, or to join La Republic as we know it. Now, the question is, was everybody cool with the idea? No. Were most of the people cool with the idea? Yes. Our leaders decided, and they made that decision, and they joined French Cameroon, and that is where we find ourselves today. This is my take on things. When you accept to come into a union with someone, put in your best. Show that love and cooperation in every decision that will help for your own growth. And I think the English part of Cameroon, to an extent, has not put in their best in that relationship. That is, what can we do together? It is what can we do with our separate regions. If that was the case, then there was no need for joining. The reason for joining is so that we can come together in a marriage. We don't come together in a union and we say, your stuff is your stuff and my stuff is my stuff. No, we put everything together and say, how do we expand? How do we grow? How do we make the best use of the resources we have available? Of which I think over the years, emerging leaders have had this grief in their heart, and they've been spreading this message of us understanding that these people don't like us, they don't want the best for us. And so guess what? Look at every economy, or look at the businesses, look at the companies that they have been able to shut down, and we are not progressing because of them. Today, we the youths of Cameroon, we the youths of Southern Cameroon, we are rising up to take our destiny in our hands. And today, I just want to say, we are not going to make our parents' enemies our enemies. Most of our parents have not done well for themselves to provide the kind of life that we should be experiencing as English Cameroonians, as Southern Cameroonians. And guess what? Because of their failure, because of their mistakes, because of their blame game, they are transferring the hate that they have amassed from the relationship with the French, and they are trying to put it on us. And I want to say today, we have studied, we have traveled, we have experienced the world as it is, and we have realized that holding grudges in your heart will never help you to grow. Holding pain in your heart, taking history as something that it should like inspire war, inspire pain, inspire frustration so that you can live a bitter person. That is not what we are choosing to do today as youth of Southern Cameroon. We want to take our destiny into our hands. When all of this was going on, what did you guys do to stop it? When you were in your youth, you were strong, you had all the energy to go fight. Why didn't you fight? That is my question for the young people. That is my question for the old people as well. Ask these people, when all of this was happening, you talked about reunification. You talk about the plebiscite. You talk about the time where there was a referendum. And then you move from there and said when they changed the name from the Federal Republic of Cameroon to the Republic of Cameroon, whatever happened or conspired during that era, my question to you, parents, Why didn't you guys stand up and fight? Why are you guys trying to use us to fight the battle you ought to fight? That is my question. Because today we just go out, pick up arms, and you've lived your life. You didn't do enough to preserve a good fortune for us, and now you want to ruin our lives. We've tried to pick the crumbs of what you guys have left behind to build something out of ourselves. You want to destroy that. You want to set us to war so that we can go die young without even experiencing life. This is the thing, young Cameroonian. You have a life to live. You have a life to live. You need to get married as well. You need to be able to drive your own car, have a good girl in your life. You have to be able to build your own house and preserve a legacy for your children. Most of our parents have screwed us up. And I repeat, if you keep listening to what they are saying, your life will be messed up. Our economy will be messed up. We will be going backwards. Our artists, they have risen up and they have seen the light. And they are partnering with the French, and they are building their lives, and they are transforming their destiny, and they are preserving a legacy for the next generation. Don't let some psychopathic maniac suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder with a low resolution IQ determine your future. I repeat, don't let a psychopathic maniac with a low resolution IQ suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder ruin your future. Ruin your destiny. All of these stories that they are telling us, let us tell them. If you believe so much in this cause, go down there, pick up arms and fight. If you are a parent, if you are a father, if you are a leader that believes so much in this cause, don't incite the youths to go out there and lose their lives. Pick up arms. Leave that diaspora that you find yourself in. If you believe so much in that change, go down there. Let's see you in the forefront, picking up arms and fighting. Youths, I inspire you today to let you know that we have seen the light, and I want you to be able to have what I have in my life right now. I want you to be able to enjoy the finest things of life. And we cannot do that by dying. We cannot do that by fighting. There are various ways we can make money. We can partner with other countries across the world and follow what the global economy is doing and be able to emulate that in our country and experience the best life. Most people making money today and changing their economies is not out of resources. If you hear all of these leaders, what they are saying is resources, resources. That is all they are thinking. They are thinking behind. And I just want to say, every leader that is inspired by the past and having this kind of hate in their heart, they need therapy. They need therapy. They haven't had therapy, and you are there following their footsteps because they have some degrees behind their names. And that is my inspiration for you watching this video, that you go out there and change your destiny, change your life. Don't listen to somebody that has screwed their life, screwed your own life, and now they are trying to incite war so that you can go out and die and not get your own wife and not build your own house and drive your own car and enjoy the finest things of life and make an impact in this world before you leave.